Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to your weekly COT review. Today we're going to be looking at the 32nd COT report of 2020. Before I start the review, if you are new to COT analysis, check out our webpage. We offer a lot of helpful material, some written materials on COT report, and also some useful videos as well. Okay, back to the review. Let's start off by looking at coffee, where we have that 21% change in commercials positions. You can see that on the chart over there, being larger than the average, greater than the week before. It is of course bearish. We have seen a bit of a decline on Thursday and Friday, and this signal suggests we may see the continuation of this downward move in coffee. If we move on to the 5 years chart, you get a chance to look at the COT Extreme situation, and as you may see, gradually we are getting closer to bearish COT Extreme levels. You may see we had the largest bearish extreme in the past 5 years back in November of 2016. Just at that top, we had some relative bearish extremes along the way. And of course, this extreme seems to be becoming another bearish COT signal as well. The next market is cocoa. We're going to jump over grain complex. That's something for our subscribers. Here we have a 19% change in commercials positions, greater than average. Again, bearish, suggesting some weakness coming early next week. We had a very decent rally on the past few weeks now in cocoa. If we jump over to the 5 years chart, you may also see that this was supported by a bullish COT Extreme situation. So we're not surprised to see that rally. Now, of course, we are not at any significant bearish extreme level yet. So this means that in the medium to long-term horizon, we should not be surprised to see higher prices coming in cocoa. Nevertheless, this bearish change signal suggests we may see short-term weakness coming in this market. Crude oil, to be specific, the Brent crude oil is our next market with a 17% change in commercials positions. You can see that change size over there being a bit larger than average, but nothing too exceptionally large. So we might as well just move on to the 5 year chart and see and examine how the extreme situation looks like. Now, if we chop off this portion of the chart, this 5 years, you may see in the past roughly 2 years, we are more or less in that leaning towards the bearish side of the market. But if we move a bit further back, you can see that there is some space left to reach even greater bearish extremes. And the one I'm showing to you from October of 2018 is a great example for that. Just at that top, we are not at those levels. We may reach them in a couple of weeks or month time. Nevertheless, it's still, I would say, something of more of a bearish extreme if we just measure it compared to the past 2 years. So that's that. Maybe we will find better opportunities elsewhere. So let's just move on and have a look at large speculators COT Extreme. We still have the euro on top of our list. We had that all-time extreme last week. It's still present, so it's growing to even greater levels. Stress levels are extremely high now in the euro market, suggesting eventually we may see a top coming in the euro. Of course, caution is advised because these extreme signals, all-time extremes, may widen for multiple weeks, possibly even a month before we reach that top. So this just tells you that the stress level is building up, and you might as well, pay attention to that. If you are long this market, you might start considering some, profit taking, but it's not telling us that this is the time right away. Of course, it's going to be obvious after the move is done. So interesting to see all-time extreme all over the place, not only in large speculators and commercials, but also small speculators. So we have not seen all-time COT extremes in the past couple of months, and we're very happy to see one here, especially in the euro. Another currency for this review will be the Swiss franc with a 325 report extreme. Interestingly, that's the exact extreme size all over the place for large speculators, commercials, and small speculators as well. So it's over there. It's quite visible. We may analyze and see what happened in the past when we had bearish extremes, and you may see that more or less these coincided with higher prices. So we are at those levels right now, and this extreme simply suggests that we may reach a top very, very soon. But of course, I could just simply repeat what I just said in the case of euro. These extremes could be present in the market for many, many weeks or months before anything really happens. The true dollar index, again, something for our subscribers. So we're going to jump over that and finish off this review with heating oil, where we have that 89 report extreme in large speculators. You can see that on the charts over there. It is, I would say, definitely still closer to bullish extreme levels, but we have moved away from those significant levels. February of this year was the highest bullish extreme in this market, but you know, that's just so you see, nothing really happened to the market. So there are some extreme signals that do not take effect, and that just warns you not to take all COT extreme signals to be 100% accurate. You got to look and see what happened in the past. So we moved away from those bullish extreme levels and going towards bearish levels. But of course, if you check this 5 years chart, for instance, from December of 2017, you may see that there is a lot of space left for traders to reach their bearish COT extreme levels. So we're more or less in between the two extremes. Maybe it's the change signal, the 16% change that you may act upon if you really needed to. So that was all for this review. Of course, we only show you a brief picture of the markets, a few markets, but if you subscribe to COT Base, you will have this tool set in front of you where you can really analyze the report, not only the classic legacy COT report that we analyze in these reviews, but the option of going more detailed and disaggregated traders and financial futures and CIT reports are also available. And also you can analyze the futures and options data and our special options only COT data type as well. And of course, you may go and look at different data sets. By the way, if you want, I can show you what happens if you select a specific market, for instance, the Australian dollar. You get the chance of analyzing the data set separately, not only in a this table format, but you can also actually look and see and chart the data itself. So that's an option as well. I hope you enjoyed this review. I appreciate your attention. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Goodbye.